All right. Good morning. Time for breakfast. What you got, Misty?
Biscuits and gravy.
All right. Let's see. Looks like chunks of biscuits, chunks of gravy. I'm eating peanut butter and banana oatmeal. I call PB&BO for the second day. I don't have any more of that. It's heavy, but it's very filling. So I'm gonna eat that. I pooped in the woods. Did you poop?
None of your business.
We're gonna hike today. We're gonna head out. Oh, I should say last night we did get rained on a little bit. It rained from about 12 to 3. There were no thunderstorms. There was no lightning or thunder like we were like what was forecast. We did get rained on. Got a little drizzle here and there. That's it. Our tent stayed dry. It was our first night in the new tent, the Big Agnes Copper Spur, 3-person. So we got lots of room. Worked out really well. Today we're gonna hike up the trail here through the woods for the first half of the day. We're gonna go all the way around Beaver Lake to Trapper Lake and then cut straight to Lake Superior. We're gonna sit down there hopefully and cool off and eat lunch. That'll be about 3.5 miles, and then we go another, I don't know, a total of 8 miles today before we head up Lake Superior. We'll be following Lake Superior shore for the rest of the trip. We're staying at 7 Mile Campground tonight. I think that's a good summary for here before we get going. Oh, and the weather's looking good today. It was supposed to be overcast and rainy or drizzly or whatever in the morning, but that looks like blue sky to me. All right, all packed up, about ready to head out. Misty wanted to point out that at our campsite there were 2 other people camping. They're both solo females. It's not uncommon to go backpacking solo as a female. Also point out Lowney Creek Camp. We camped here because we couldn't camp anywhere else because everything was booked because we waited too long. We just booked all this 2 weeks ago. So I'm not saying I recommend the campground, but if you're gonna wind up here, there's 4 sites. Site number 4 is the best one. It's got the most shade, the most privacy, nice flat, sandy ground. Otherwise, site 2 looks pretty good. This is where we are. Just throwing that out there. Also, plenty of water available. So, ready to go, Misty? Jewelweed. We've been seeing a lot of jewelweed along the trail here. Oh, there's a nice pond over there, but then there's a hill. I think we're gonna have to walk up that hill, but I believe I see a beaver structure right over there. And the sky has become ominous and dark. Yep, there was a hill. Misty's just trucking right on. Here's just one of these weird things you see in the woods and just like, huh? How did that tree do that? I don't know. The tiniest little mushrooms. Look at that. Look at that. So we've been walking down this trail on top of this hill for a little over a mile. I haven't seen a single person. Well, we hiked a mile before that. We've gone a few miles here. We haven't seen a single person all day, except the people that are camped right next to us. Nobody's out here. It's a weekend, at the end of July. I thought this place would be packed. But I don't know. Oh, when I take back what I said about the bugs, there are a little bit of bugs. I had to put a bug net on my hair because that seems to be what they're focused on. I got some bug repellent on the rest of me. But so, if you come out here this time of year, you might want to bring some bug spray or something, or cream. But it's not bad. It's not a reason to stay away for sure. But what we've been walking through is just like a standard forest. Lots of maples. Birch, pine. Just your good old standard walk through the forest. On a very easy path. It's flat. It's not paved. That's like sand. It's packed down really well. There's an obstacle in the trail. Misty pointed out those are fresh leaves on that thing. It must have blown down last night in the storm. That kid didn't land on our tent. We're headed down the hill. Let's go. I found this cool looking stick. I was using it as a staff. It's like a monster But it's a lot of work to work a staff, I guess. So I'm sticking it in the ground, facing the trail here to freak people out. In front of this tree with these ginormous mushrooms on it. Old rotted out stump. And the size of it. Oh, they're stiff. Oh well. Hopefully that'll creep people out when they see it. Ugh. Look at this little mini Christmas tree. It's some kind of moss, I guess. It's so pretty. I've never seen it before. It's my new favorite moss. My favorite used to be spiky club moss, which happens to be right across the trail. It's so cool. But now there's this other stuff. Wow. Whoa, there's some really weird clicking noise behind me. I gotta get out of here. I think Bigfoot's over there. Is that him? Hooty hoo! We made it to one of our waypoints, Trappers Lake campsite. I'm guessing they have 4 sites here, but look at this one. Right on the lake. Oh, wow. They left us some stuff. Wait a minute, we're not camping here. We're just looking at it. So. Snapping turtle. Misty concluded this probably has a spell on it, so we're not going to touch it. Alright. Right ahead of the beach.
I'm ready.
Half a mile to the beach. We just saw our first people. There's 4 or 5 backpackers. Yeah, I think they came from that tent over there. Just noticed the trail is going from dirt, pine needle, like it has been, to sand. Close to the beach and lunch. And there's some kind of frog over here. I don't see him. Oh, there he is. That's a toad. Hello, Mr. Toad. How are you doing? He's not going to do anything. I wonder if he's responsible for this. Misty, what are you doing?
I'm eating blueberries.
Blueberries? Like wild ones? Are you sure those are safe?
Yeah, those are definitely blueberries. I ate one. I know what they taste like.
Oh. Bonus! Just in time for lunch. I forgot to mention I saw a deer back there. A white-tailed deer. He was probably 20 feet away from me. He saw me before I saw him, so I just saw a movement. All of a sudden there's this giant deer, full-grown adult, jumping through the bushes. It was really cool. Ooh. Look at that, Misty. We got beach as far as we can see. There's nobody out here. There's the cliffs way down there, I think. Pictured Rocks, the famous part. So we got in our underwear, we got in the lake, got really cold, got really clean, filtered a bunch of water. Now we're camping out here, and let's see what we're having for lunch. I got a bottle of some Lake Superior water, filtered, with packets of flavoring in it. And I'm gonna eat this chicken. There's some mayonnaise in it. And a Bobo's bar. These are really good, I like these a lot. One of these feels like a whole meal all by itself. What are you eating, Misty?
Pop-Tart.
Okay, is that your lunch?
Part of it.
What else? Are you gonna eat some chicken?
Yeah.
Okay.
A wrap. I have a wrap.
Oh yeah, that's right, having a wrap, okay. Alright, we're just relaxing. So the wind is seriously whipping in off the lake now. It's kind of nice. We spent about 2 hours hanging out on the shore there. Now we're back on the trail. We've got about 4 miles to go to our campsite. It's kind of interesting that over here, it's the same view we had the whole morning, but then off to the left now, we're up on a bluff, like more of what I was expecting, and we just keep having these wonderful views of the beautiful Lake Superior. Really nice colors, and the wind is keeping us definitely cool, and there's no bugs to worry about up here anymore. There's a landmark. The old car. Huh. Oh, the engine in it? Wow. We've been walking through a lot of hemlock groves like this. The trail kind of meanders away from the lake and towards the lake. So sometimes you got lake views, sometimes you're just pretty much in the forest like this. But one thing we really noticed, a lot of roots we've had to navigate around in the trail here. Look at them. It's not as smooth and flat at all around in here. So not as flat and smooth as it was earlier this morning anyway. So we decided to call this trip Root Fest. It's the Pictured Rocks Root Fest. And we're almost to our camp, I think. The wind has picked up a lot out on the lake. The waves on the lake are really big, so I'm hoping to go out there and do some wave crashing here after a little bit. Although the lake is pretty cold. So we've reached the next, our 7-mile campground. Nobody's here. It's really hard to find these sites. They're not well marked. Well, what we figured out last night was there's a map of this little campsite where the 4 or 5 sites are on the bear box. Well, that wasn't hard. Right from there to here is our campsite. Campsite number 1. And I take back what I said about the maps on the bear boxes. They're not right at all. This isn't all what it's supposed to be. Well, according to the All Trails app I'm using for our map, we walked 9.2 miles today. The plan was to do 7. I guess we had the distances wrong, but it means tomorrow's shorter day. More like 6 miles, we think. Maybe, that's what we're hoping. Yeah, but we got a nice campsite. We got a nice little creek here we can walk in. Oh, cool those feet off. Yeah. Got our campsite all set up. Got our clothes hanging up like a bunch of homeless people. There we go. It's our tent. When new people show up, or additional people, there's nobody right now camp. They're going to be kind of way over there and over there in that direction. So, and Misty's got our food down there at the fire pit. You're supposed to cook your food and eat your food at the fire pit, so that the bears, if they smell food, they're going to smell it down there and not at your campsite while you're, in your tent, and then, they might think the food's in your tent and then kill you. So, yeah, we're going to go down there, and we're trying to obey that rule. We didn't yesterday, but eat down there and then put our food in that food box, that big green structure there.
On me like that.
Oh, we having for dinner, Misty?
Chicken pesto.
She's got some chicken pesto, but she's much more concerned about the mouse that lives in that hole right there. Where is he now?
He's behind that stump. That's the last time I saw him. He's behind our couch there.
He's behind the couch.
Yeah.
Oh no, he isn't. He's coming out of the hole.
Oh, he must have run back in.
There he is. Oh, he's coming at my food. Get away from here. I think he's played this game more times than we have. Well, not getting my food. I'm hungry. So we finished supper. There were no more mousecapades after I filmed that last segment there. Misty sat on top of the log rather than down low where our intruder would jump on her while we ate. And just as we were finishing up, it started raining. So we real quick ran into the tent here where we're all bundled up. It's a little more brisk tonight, a little chillier. No one else has showed up for the campground. Maybe they know something we don't about the weather, we're not sure. But yeah, we're just out here all by ourselves. Sunday night, end of July. So this is what the beach access looks like from the 7 Mile campground. Kind of climb down there. Got a slope that's just sand under that tree branch there. And yeah, it looks like the storm ends right there, and this is coming our way, so we're not going to be getting rained on all night. It's going to be a clearer sky sooner. Over here is where the creek comes out of the forest. Into the lake. For now, there's still no one showed up. We've seen maybe a dozen people all day. It's not too surprising there's nobody out here, but there were other people had reserved campsites here tonight, so it's kind of weird about why nobody's out here. But we don't know if there's like weather coming. There's no coverage for Verizon out here. None. Since yesterday, since like about the time we got on that shuttle, we've had no service at all. So, yeah, tree growing vertical. I don't think he's going to be here much longer. Look at this. Those are a mushroom called ghost pipe. That's not a plant. They just shoot up. Appear one day. These probably won't be here tomorrow.